What's happening, guys? Welcome back to episode 15, picking up from the Nexus. Now that we have knocked out World 1-3, we're essentially just going to be going world to world, knocking everything out in full. So with that being said, we've already 100% wrapped up with World 2, so we'll be hopping on over to Upper Latria World 3-2. Now my only real recommendation here is to make sure you have plenty of arrows as far as which weapon to use. I'll be going in with the Dragon Longsword, as these enemies are pretty weak to fire. However, just use whatever you like, whatever's been working for you. So you're gonna have a few new enemy types. None are really bad. A lot, like I said, are mainly just gonna be weak to fire. However, the first ones you're gonna notice as we go down are the gargoyles. So don't trust them. Not everyone, is a gargoyle, as you see, right? As you see, but enough are. So just be pretty cautious, and they do really well with managing their spacing and their distancing. So that's why I really like the bow for among a few other encounters. If they want to fly away, it gives us a chance to go ahead and put them down. So since you go on down to the left, we can go and pick up soul item. And in general, this area is really dope, man. One of the coolest fucking areas of the whole game, in my opinion. It's like very dark. You're in a broken down castle floating in the sky, which not to love. Then right over there is the beating heart of Latria, and that's the whole gimmick here. We need to get rid of this heart, so it's kind of out of our way. So you're gonna have to progress from the very top into the sky, way down into some almost like a sewer of the castle, then back up. So it's pretty neat. It's very different from anywhere else. But just like him, you see how he just doesn't want to come and fight? Well, he can get killed with the bow. Because it's really annoying. We don't have time for it, right? Not have time for just annoying shit. So, bow comes out. Every one of them is pretty much guaranteed to drop an unknown warrior soul. They could also drop a crossbow that does, I think it's magic and physical damage, and then a spiral rapier. It's a really good weapon for magic. Just a thrusting weapon with some bleed on it. It's not bad. So this guy's going to land right in front of you. About 3 hits with our fire sword. He's no more of an issue. Now our blessed weapon, I think, would take about 5. That's what I said. For where we are now, this is going to be a much better choice. So once you get to the end here, if you go to the right, they'll bring you outside where you can pick up some items. However, we're going to show you guys a sneaky little drop up here, which is going to get you there anyway. So that way, save you a trip. Now this drop is very hard to do. It looks like you can kind of just inch your way down and you'll be fine. Chances are you're going to get yourself killed. It's very finicky. It's very touchy on how you have to do it. So the best way to do it, as soon as you get up the stairs and you'll see this the bridge right here. It's like right here on the left. Now if you get to the edge and look down, yep, you'll notice there's a little shiny down there. Now you see that ledge? It looks like you just dropped, and that's not true. What you want to do is get about to the first crack, a little bit past it, be safe. But just dodge backwards. You should land right on it. I'm telling you, it's touchy. It really needs to be lined up very, very, very well. It's not as easy as I made it look. So keep that in mind. The rune set. This actually is on par with like a boss weapon and shield because it does take colorless demon souls. Gets mostly magic damage, but the only scaling comes from strength. So I think you need 18 magic for both. Let's look at it. Yeah, 18 magic for the sword. For the shield, 18 magic, 12 strength for the shield, 10 strength for the sword. So this would work for a magic build, but you wouldn't get the scaling of it. Like I said, it's more for a strength build that might be just dabbling in magic a bit, but its damage isn't as high as other things you're going to have access to. And then with that, not New Game Plus. It's definitely not going to be good. But same set of Strava hat, and it's really good. And it also has a secondary action to where this is going to give you, I think, 20% magic damage resistance. So it's like really cool for like a paladin style, but just think more magic than faith. Just a nice shield, nice sword, a lot of magic damage, but it's just for a really weird build type, because if I'm going 18 magic, I'm taking magic up, you know what I'm saying? But the only scaling comes from strength. It's almost like the Dragon Longsword, where you're just not going to get scaling. You upgrade it, it is what it is, and that's what it's going to be, because magic does nothing for you. Either way, guys, once you have that, it's a really cool looking set. It is. I just think by the time you get to the end game, the damage is going to fall off, or at least New Game Plus. But so for a first time playthrough, pretty cool. But either way, drop on down Moonlight Stone Shard. Then on your way back, we're going to smack through here. And we're going to get back up top. We have to, so we can progress. But we are going to knock out a few little optional things right now. These gentlemen are very slow dyers. You're going to come to realize. Very, very, very slow dyers. Alright. As you get all the way down, right over here is your beating heart. So this is what I said. We got to get rid of the beating heart of Lockshore before we can really do anything. It's kind of just blocking all of our paths. Especially up top. But there is still, you know, the bridge up top that allows us to progress. But everything else you're just locked out of. Alright, so like I said, it's just another dead end. I think you have 2 gargoyles to contend with. Thank you. So, Moonlight Stone Shard, Unknown Warrior. You should have a Moonlight Stone Chunk as well. So, magic weapons, you guys are going to be fully upgraded going through here. Yep, there's a chunk. That's why we went out of the way for Faith builds to get a chunk up last episode. Because, like I said, everybody else, you know, everybody. I mean, whether it's strength, quality, dex, magic, all you guys have either maxed out weapons or very close to, if you've been paying attention and you know how to use your things properly, right? But Faith, we're just behind because all of our stuff's in World 5, which is usually the last area you'll do. Like, you'll do the first portion of it early, Shore, which gets you like 3 shards and that's it. Yeah, until like the whole game. And then at the end, it's like the last zone we do. So, you know, we can't really get our upgrades unless we go out of the way a bit. But they're, you know, they're right there at the start of 5 too, but still, you know, we just had to go out of the way a bit. And we're still behind everybody else, don't you love it? But we'll be getting some really powerful stuff for the end game at least. And then we still have, you know, the Fire Sword, we still have a Blessed Weapon that, you know, we'll be getting our stuff up with, so. We're definitely more than fine. I just think other builds might be better set up, but they're not going to have the same survivability as us, and our damage output's still very high, so we're good. That's why we recommended Faith to begin with. You know, we still have very good damage output, but we have so much more survivability than everybody else. With, you know, all of our spells, Blessed Weapon regenerating our health, the shield regenerating our health, so there's just a lot going on with our build. Alright guys, so taking the main path now. Right over here to your right would be the Flame Birds. So pretty much the same class as the Claymore. However, it has blood loss on it, which unfortunately we can't make for Faith. You can't make a Blessed Weapon, but you can make like a magic weapon that does have that blood loss on it, which is really cool. I mean, what's cooler than big beefy weapon with magic damage and blood loss, you know? Really cool. And we told you we were not going to entertain this shit. We did say it. In our defense, we did say it. Drop on the platform so I get my soul. Don't fall off the ledge, please. Thank you. As I said, there's typically one more. I mean, we're lucky enough to get that crossbow too if you guys want to use it. Pretty dope. Like I said, it's got built-in magic damage because this is the magic zone. So we're going to go and clear the fog, but we're not going to go that way, and this is not going to feel comfortable letting you guys know right now. You got to hug this wall, and it kind of wants to kick you out a bit. You see that? Then when you get right by these pots, just roll. Just roll right through. Over there to the left is where we just came from. Now you're going to have to deal with the gargoyle. Not immediately, but he's definitely coming up. Right around here. I think I played this game too much if I stopped in the exact spot I needed to. You know, probably a little bit too much, but it's okay. Now up top's going to be a lift that's going to allow us to progress. However, we want to go straight across first. Almost perfect timing. Ephemeral eyes, then we can go back. Hold up your shield. Don't make me miss my fucking... Yeah, I don't mind killing you on the way up, buddy, but we're not going to miss our lift again. You shall not inconvenience us today, kind sir. So you see, there's nothing behind you. This is going to take you up to what I call an altar. So there's a few guys doing a magic spell, and this weird, like, podium type thing. And this is what's suspending that heart in the air. So there's 2 of these, what I reference as altars. And you have to go through and just kind of take these guys out, and it's going to break the chains and drop the heart. Which is probably where Bloodborne got the idea. Alright, so that's your first chain. You see, it's not dropped yet, but half of it is gone, right? So since we break the other chain, we're good to go. So if you were to go on up, and you can't progress this now, but in our World Tendency events, This is actually going to allow us to go all the way across. It's going to lead to a key so we can get free the other NPC that was back in World 3.1, where I said, hey, it's not that we missed anything, we just can't access him yet. So you have to get the whole area done. Then you'll have to go for your tendency events, and that will let you actually push forward. So going on down, about to go meet Yurt, who is not a good person at all. But first, let's get our fresh spice. Then we get into the more confusing area. It's not big, but you just can't really see shit when I'm trying to guide people. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. So let's try to roll off. Hopefully you don't get hit. Now, we don't want to fuck with character tendency, but we do want to kill this guy. For whatever reason, this does not fuck with your tendency either way. Try not to straight up kill him. Try to smack him or backstab him, kick him off the ledge just to be sure. But this is Yurt. Yurt's quest is freeing him here, sending him back to the Nexus. When he gets to the Nexus, he wants to kill people like Yuri the Witch, and he wants to kill people like Saint Urbane and Sage Freak, all the most important NPCs to our playthrough. So we're not going to send him back to the Nexus, but instead,
come back. You will one day regret.
We're going to free him, but kill him.
I am on your side.
Because like I said, the worst possible thing is him going back to the Nexus. And you can try to like push him. But like that, but every time I try, it just never really happens. Now, for us to get his stuff, we are going to have to quit out low Beckett. Like I said, for whatever reason, this does not mess with tendency. Maybe because he's a prick. I don't know. Now, I've never straight up killed him up here. Well, obviously, the first playthrough, I fell for it and he killed everyone at the Nexus. This is how I know, right? But after that, any other playthrough, I've never straight up killed him up here. So I know you want to kill him with fall damage just to be safe. But with that being said, if you were to backstab him and then kick him off or just smack him and then he falls, that's fine. Just make sure the gravity kills him, or at least try to. Now, you got a really good set here. Really wish we could wear it, but we've got to get that endurance up to do so. And, we're kind of focusing on getting more mana right now and get more damage. But the Gloom set, really cool. It's a fantastic armor set as far as looks and appeal. Being appealing and appearance, it's got all that. It's just really heavy. Not as heavy as other things, right? But it's pretty heavy. So, like I said, since he did die to the gravity, we are going to have to quit, load back in. Now we're going to take this down. Now, it's not really that complicated. But there's pretty much a lower area in the swamp that has a bunch of items. And then there's the upper area, which is the docks. Then the docks will eventually lead you on out. This is another area where we have to do World Tendency events to get the Sodden Ring to make World 5.2 easier. And we can also get more colorless Demon Souls and a bunch of good stuff as usual. Now, I think the best way to do it kind of causes you to do more work. But I like to go on the dock first, kill the enemies. Then clear all the docks, then do the swamp. Just know the docks lead you out, so I guess you could do them last. But to me, it makes more sense to get all the enemies down. That way we have free reign. We're not really worried about anything. So as soon as you get onto the dock, as you see, we kind of just went over to the right, killing enemies as we go. The enemies are our main concern. So as soon as you get here, if you branch on over here to the left-hand side, yeah, because we'll do that when we come down. That's right. Okay, so if you branch over here to the left-hand side, there's going to be a few more assholes. But this is what takes you up and out. So I guess we can kind of hold off on this. Let's just kill the enemies. Like I said, it's kind of weird to go all the way to the end and then backtrack through fucking everything again. But I don't want a bunch of enemies at top just shooting shit and all that. So just kind of remember this path. So right where you see the fog wall. So all this will come at the end. There's no point in really doing it yet. But like I said, I want to make sure all these guys are dead. So all we're doing now is working the docks, killing everybody, getting into the swamp, doing essentially just a big loop around and getting all of our stuff. Now, there were other cells you could have took to go down here, guys, but they all just bring you to different portions of this area. Now, as soon as you get your Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, just try to roll. Usually it puts you right there, right on the edge of that dock. I just didn't have it lined up. Not to worry. If that happens, just make sure you go over here to the right-hand side. And just loop right back around. There's Big Boy. So these guys drop a lot of materials needed for poison weapons. I'm really probably not even going to care about their drops or pick any more up. But maybe we should so we don't get items mixed up. But we're not going to use this stuff, you know what I mean? Alright, so this should have put us all the way, once you take the dock all the way down, it should put you at the very back of the area. That way we can start from one side, work our way all the way to the other. And we get down here, as mentioned, it's really dark. So it doesn't matter which route you take, guys. Just clear the whole docks to a big circle. Then when you get down here, make sure you do a big circle. So Mercury Stone Chunk. Hope you guys max out those poison weapons. Now this is one of the main reasons I wanted to bring a bow. We fought this guy before. Usually he starts fucking with us on the right side, but I switched up my routes. But yeah, just try to take him out from range. Watch out for the magic. It does quite a bit of damage, probably half your health, even being at 30 health. About 3 hits, back off. That's a magic hit, 3 hits. Oh, no, he's about to get spammy, isn't he? Yeah, he's spamming out. One more for good measure. Alright, so he's going to give you some upgrade mats. And since it is so dark, like I said, even if you don't take the same route as me, it's not really going to matter. Because these items are shining. You'll know whether you missed it or not. But so that has closed off that whole half. Then we're going over to the top left. And there's other items here, but they won't become available till World Tendency. Because we need to kind of drop things down. I don't know if you can see it. It's hard to keep track. There's like a ring kind of floating. Which is the Sodden ring we need for 5.2. But we can't get it until our tendency events. Alright, so that's kind of where we came in. All this stuff's cleared. So we're going to stick to the far left-hand side. And like I said, just do a big loop around, guys. That's all we're doing. Your route doesn't have to be the same as mine. Doesn't matter. As long as you get all the shinies, you're good. Just to kind of get ahead of us a bit. These guys start, really lining up on you. You could have a hard time up here. It's like 3 or 4. That's alright. As long as we just kind of thin the herd a bit, we're good. We should be good, guys. So now what we're trying to do is get back up on the dock. Then go to that last little, corner we missed. Yeah. It's kind of just, double checking our notes at this point. Make sure there wasn't anything else we missed. But like I said, I didn't think there was. Never usually is. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So right about the center. This is where we originally came up, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we're good. So as soon as you get here, just like before, we're going to take that left. Now remember, we haven't really fucked with anything here, so now, from this point, we're going to be taking it all out and get all of our stuff. Which really is only a few items, and it's all the way up top. Alrighty. Now the pain in the ass part. So there are going to be some of the succubus from World 3.1. Whatever you guys want to call them. Zombie lady. She's using the magic, locks you down, and kind of eats your brains. So we have a few of them, but they're like red phantoms, so they're going to be super beefed up. I want to try to kind of hide and take them out from range, but it's hard because they can still get to you. It should be, yeah, I see her right there. So we're at the, and she's really steady. So what you want to do is try to fire an arrow and get to the right. You can try to rush her down, but that's a lot of range for her to get her spells off. It's a lot of distance to clear to get to her before her spells get to you. It's not going to be hard to do. So Oh, look at that. Yeah, big damage. Big damage. Let's see if we can sneak up on her. She's not the only one either. I think it's a little bit farther up. Yeah, there should be one on the side. There we are. Is she up more? She might be. Just be careful. Slowly, very, very, very slowly progress. It might be in the tendency of it. Okay. Yeah, it might be what's coming. I just know there's typically one on the ledge. Alright. So now we're just going to be going through, taking all these fuckers down. And then working our way on out. So, as far as this lower section, it's pretty much done. Like I said, we're at the very end of it now. You're going to have to get in between these tendrils right here. Tentacles, whatever you want to call them. I really don't know what the hell to call them, if I'm being honest. Just nasty. I guess we can call it like the heart's umbilical cord, you know. Many of them. And it's like tentacles of something, you know, some sort. Nasty, nasty shit. Come here. Someone's gonna want you. Someone's gonna want you. I think that's all we found note-wise, guys. After the chunk, we should be good. So if you notice, this puts you back in a very, very familiar area, right? So, where's he at? There's one behind us. So this is, you're gonna bring on over to your other altar so we can go ahead and drop down the heart. So we got one at the start, and you have no choice but to work your way through the little swamp area. That's stamina. Put it on him. Warrior soul, warrior soul, warrior soul. Oh, we got another gargoyle crossbow. Who knew? Alright. So just like before you start heading your way up, make sure you run around and get everything. So go to the left side first because that's your dead end. And then to the right's going to progress you. We've actually been very thorough killing like every single enemy here. And even though this is a later portion of the world, you don't get many souls here. Only 8,000, guys. Oh, don't go up yet. Only 8,000. That's it. Okay. So I guess that wasn't the dead end when we came down. I always thought that there was 2 breakpoints, but I guess it's the same thing. Okay. So you can get to the elevator from either way. Yeah, I thought that was the dead end and the right was the elevator, but I guess that is actually full circle there. Yeah. But regardless, yeah, we're not getting many souls through here. Luckily, you know, you got 2 boss fights. The last one really, you know, paying big. Then we're going to get you guys to the Ring of Avarice, which you could have bought for 50,000 to get you more souls from killing enemies. But I told you guys, I wouldn't waste your souls because we're about to get it here in like 2 seconds. But we can put it on that for boss fights. That'll help get some levels for those needing to do so. Especially when we get towards, you know, the end of the game bosses, because they're already worth a bunch. Thank you. Yeah, we're not going to try to chase him down and fall off the ledge. No effing way. No effing way. Alright, so there's your second, what we'll call altar. There we go. Wait for it. Very, very, very cool stuff. So now the heart has dropped all the way down. It's actually really easy to miss this, but because, like I said, if you backtrack to that main area where we originally started from, you're gonna notice that there was like a ladder, or I'm sorry, a set of stairs that was blocked off before, and I said that would take you to the boss. However, you could actually get all the way down into that pit and get you a lot of really good things. So what we're gonna do is just, on the level we were, we're gonna roll on out, get your item there. If you notice, that had just brought you all the way back to the start. I do want to check our time, 25 minutes. Alright. Yeah, that brought you all the way back to the start. So what we're going to do now is finish clearing the zone. I'll probably I'm trying to debate if I'm going to fit both bosses in next episode with the World Tendency events, but I'm kind of thinking of it. That way we can just keep all that stuff together, keep the area in one episode and keep World Tendency and the bosses in the next. So you're going to notice that these guys were not here before, but now they are. It's because we got rid of the heart. So since we didn't go this way before, there's one item we missed. Almost forgot. Almost forgot about it. Like I said, what we did was we went up outside and we dropped for the root set, the sword and shield. And then we dropped down to this ledge so we could get that item. But when we did that, if you guys remember, we went back this way. We didn't go the other way. But so we're going to go through everything we did before again, because there are slight changes, like there's enemies added. No, that's not a big deal. It does kind of go clearing the full area. Yeah, they can do that as far as damaging your armor. Usually you're going to put them down before they do that, but just so you guys see, nothing's different here. It's just a few enemies. You're not getting any, any items or anything else. But there's really not much left. Like I said, we're going to put the bosses next episode, so I'd rather just be thorough and knock it all out. Now, when you go all the way down here, you notice that the heart's kind of out of your way. So this is the way to get to the very bottom. That way you can get all your items. We got some good shit here. Gold Mask is going to come into play very shortly. Get your Rapier, for Avarice, and now you're getting more Soul Acquisition. I'm going to put that on. We don't really need the Thief Ring anyways. Right here. So now you get like 20% more souls. It's actually quite a bit, guys. That's not from, popping consumables. That's never going to change. But, like, taking our bosses, killing these guys. There were 49 before. There should be like 70 or something now. 58, okay. 60, about. So Stone of Infernal Eyes, Storage Warrior Soul. Warrior. That's your ventricle right there. Just nasty shit. But either way, guys, with that, you have made it full circle. So that gold mask is actually more important than you might think. We could actually trade that to get you something really good, which we're not going to cover just yet. So now that we have covered the very bottom, like I said, as far as going this way, all you got to do is run to the bottom. You don't have to branch out and, kill the guy here or branch to the other bridge. But like I said, I'd rather just be thorough. It's like right there and kind of makes me feel better to fully clear the area. And now that we have, we can move on up. So, like I said, looking at the time, we're right at 30 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and hop on out. It's a straight shot for the boss. All we do is we run straight, go in here to the left, and run straight on up. We'll take out one boss, progress to the next, and then cover that as well, and then get into our tendency events. But this does feel like a really, really, really good place to wrap up. And besides that, although I do have a good strategy for the fight, if I'm being completely honest, I want to test some things out. This next fight's pretty, it's pretty rough. So I really want to test some things out and see if maybe we could come up with something better. I mean, our strategy is great. You guys see, how we've been going through bosses. I don't think any's really killed us yet, right? But, this one's tough. It's a double boss fight. It's two, like, souped up fucking gargoyles. You're trying to fight them on a bridge, and it's, you know, it's real rough. So I'm gonna just do a little bit more testing on that. Like I said, we're already at 30 minutes. But regardless, we still have the main arc demon, and then all of our tendency events. So probably a little bit of a longer one next episode for sure. But I feel like you know, it'll give us enough time to fill up the episode and wrap it all up in a proper manner. So we got quite a bit of souls. Look at that. Unknown Hero, 14. Unknown Hero, Renowned, you got 3 of those. Renowned, you got 3 of those. Storied, you got 4. Storied, you got 2. Put us up to 33,000. I think it's 2 levels. No, not anymore. Solid 1.
Then touch the demon. Soul of the mind.
Alright.
Key to life's
At least got us up to 12 inch.
Art thou finished?
So looking at our intelligence, I'm sorry, mana now, we're at 97. So a little bit more mana, guys, we'll actually be able to cast. I took it off. Cast our other spells. Do we have on this? Yeah, that's giving us a little bit more. You know what? Very quickly,
I was worried sick.
because I've been wanting to show this off forever. Wait, no, it's not that one. It's not that one. I wanted to show this off forever. So to do so, because I think this one gives you a little bit extra mana. Or did it take it? Where's our mana at? Mana, yeah, 116. So I guess we'd have to rest. So what do I have to do? Jump out and jump back in? You know what? Since I'm gonna be lazy. I mean, it's barely any mana. I've been trying to show this off. So there's one miracle in the entirety of the game that does damage. This thing's absolutely phenomenal, but we've not had the mana to cast it. That's kind of the thing. So we've not been able to show this off till now. And I think it takes 2 slots, so it's going to be right here, God's Wrath. So this is the only offensive miracle in the game, guys. Boom. And I'm just going to send out a big... Oh, shit. Yeah, we pissed. But yeah, it's going to send out a big-ass shockwave that's going to damage enemies. And, you know, crazy amount of damage. It's pretty much going to one-shot everybody. Now, these guys are going to be aggroed. I'll probably just have to redo everything I just recorded. But yeah, it's super cool. Super cool. Now, on bosses, it's going to do a lot of damage. But the fact of the matter is it's actually not going to one-shot them. And it takes so long to get off, right? Now, let's see if they've kind of calmed down a bit. Actually, we can go on over here. We didn't kill nobody. Oh, I'm going to have to farm up. Yep. So I know what I'm doing in between episodes. Yeah, I didn't mean to hit that off on them over there. I figured she was kind of up on the ledge. I didn't think it hit her. Not a big deal, regardless. You know, it is something I wanted to show off. So I'm going to have to go farm up some souls and set my shit right. But yeah, it's really cool. It just takes a long time to get off. It can do a lot of fucking damage. It could blow enemies off ledges. There's a lot of potential with it, but just think of, you know, the casting time. But like I said, it's the only offensive miracle in the game, so I really want to show it off. But either way, guys, once I farm up my souls, seek my forgiveness, I will catch y'all back here to conclude up Upper Latria. So y'all stay tuned. We'll catch you back here shortly.